hell. Hello and welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. My name's Shane, as always, here with Fox.
What's up?
Today, we are talking about Warhammer 40k.
We are. We're talking about not just 40k, because we have beaten that drum extensively.
Yes.
But we finally got to play a couple games.
Oh, finally.
Finally. 2 days ago,
Yep.
you and I met up with the Target Acquired lads, Dave and Lachie.
Dave and Lachie, yep.
And we played, they ran us through a game of 9th edition, which surprisingly we actually haven't played a ton of.
Is it my first time?
No, because we were in the 40k league.
No.
I think you played one against Whack.
Oh, yeah. Was that
right at the start of 9th.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, I remember that.
Which was pre-COVID, effectively.
Yep.
So, a minute. It's been a minute.
It's been a long minute.
And both of us were playing armies. This is our road to the GTO.
Yeah.
If you're unfamiliar with that concept,
Yep.
Shane and I entered a tournament. Didn't have armies.
Didn't own them.
Didn't own them.
No, well, you know yours.
Meh.
So, maybe not these models, but
No.
Tyranids in general.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah. It's all on our Instagram too, so you can follow our progress on there.
Yeah, we've got like a highlight on there called Road to GTO, so you can watch us like slowly build up these armies. We played our first test games with them because we have entered that tournament.
Yeah.
Despite knowing nothing really about the game. Finally got to play, and we thought we would summarize, we'd give you guys a little insight into our battle reports, talk about our games, what we liked, didn't like, what units were good.
Yep.
So if you're unfamiliar with 40k, this is going to be a long, grueling session for you. If you don't know the jargon and the units and the models that we're talking about.
Looking at you, Foggy.
Yeah.
Hang in there, mate.
Yeah, you got this. It's all right. We'll try. We'll do the best we can to make this entertaining for you, Foggy. But yeah, get neck deep in some red wine and throw us on while you're painting.
Yep.
Just kick back, listen to our soothing and broken and sore voices.
Yeah, yours is still. How you going?
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah,
it's not great. Probably some actual damage to
have
the
you been to a
throat.
doctor?
No time for
They
that.
actually have throat doctors.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Have you been to a few?
No.
Yeah, I bet you have. I bet you have.
Mine are more home remedies.
Okay.
Try drinking tea.
Yeah.
Lemon tea?
Lemon tea.
Lemon and honey.
You been for real? Maybe I need to
I
do
don't know, mate. Like maybe. It seems like something you would do.
I'll give it a whirl. I'll try anything once.
I know.
So, the mission, we actually both played the same mission.
Yep.
You played against Dave.
Yep.
I played against Lachlan. 2 separate tables, 2 separate rooms.
We were quite isolated from each other.
Yeah, we had no idea. We couldn't cheat. We couldn't use code words.
No.
We couldn't flip tables or do any sneaky stuff. They kept us split up.
Yep.
Which actually helps because I have no idea about your game.
Yeah, no, I have no idea about yours either.
Well,
all I know is that you meant to do something and you forgot.
Yeah, probably.
The one thing you wanted to do and you forgot.
Yes, yeah. Remind me about that.
Yeah.
We played a mission called Sweep and Clear, which I think we have a picture of for the YouTubians of the map, which is basically you start in opposite corners to each other, and there is a primary mission where you can hold the middle for 3 points, or hold the middle and your opponent's deployment zone for 5 points.
That's 5 points per turn.
Per turn.
Yeah.
Correct. Now, it's highly unlikely you'll hold your opponents. Like, you're already probably winning the game if you're in their deployment zone with control of it.
Yeah.
So, really, it's a fight for the middle if you chose to take that secondary.
Yeah.
Secondaries, for those who aren't familiar, are a big part of 9th edition 40k.
Yep.
It's basically a list of these different missions you can take that suit your army. For example, one of them is called Bring It Down. You get points for killing big monsters or vehicles.
I took that one.
Did ya? Yeah. I was about to ask what you took. I still will. There's one, I think you took this one as well, for example. Engage on all fronts.
Yep.
Which is you get 2 points every turn that you have 3 units. Sorry, not 3 units. You can have as many as you like. Units in 3 different table quarters.
Yep.
Or 3 points if you have units in all 4 table quarters.
Yep.
So you have a massive choice of different types of ways you can score points. You can pick 3 secondaries.
Yep.
So I'm curious. You took Bring It Down.
Yep.
Engage on all fronts.
Yep.
Did you pick the mission-specific one of holding the middle?
No.
What did you take? What was your third?
Deploy scanners. Scramblers? Deploy scramblers.
Deploy scramblers.
Which I don't know how that works because I did it.
Smart.
And I didn't get points for it.
Oh, yes. Yes, you're right. I've actually got your score sheet in front of me.
Yeah.
There's a big
I
fat goose
did
egg.
it 2 times, but I guess you have to do it 3 times? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't actually know, dude.
But, so I don't know. They've shorted me some points there. No, probably not.
Yeah, I think he cheated, dude. I think he cheated. So why did you pick that one if you didn't know what it did?
Because I remember you told me about it like last time.
And when he read it out to you, you're like, deploy scramblers. Fox said that was either good or bad. And because that's 50-50, I'm going to take that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to take that every day.
I've got a bunch of troops, so I thought, well, I mean, I've got the bodies for it. Let's just do it.
And I believe some of your vehicles even have little scanners on them.
Yeah.
Like little beep, 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 beep.
Little radars.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
It's a
there you
given.
go. I'm going to find out what deploy scramblers,
Yeah.
was. But whilst I do that,
Yep.
tell me about your game. I want to know
Okay.
everything. I know your 3 secondaries.
Yep.
I know whether you won or lost. Feel free to reveal that at the beginning.
I
of
lost.
Yeah, okay.
Spoiler alert, I lost.
But you've been playing. You played Gene Stealer Cults. Tell
Yeah.
me everything.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I've always frothed Gene Stealer Cults for as long as they've since they got their revamp.
Yep.
Which was like, was that 7th edition or start of 8th or something like that?
Yeah, I want to say
When they got
8th.
all those new models.
Yep.
So, but never really pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I finally decided, you know what, stuff it, let's just do it.
Yep.
And yeah, played. That was the first time. I guess like second game I've ever played with them. First one was against your Necrons,
Right.
which I knew nothing. Like I didn't know what I was doing. This time I still knew nothing,
Yeah.
but I knew a little bit more than last time.
Yeah. Okay. I'd
So-
actually forgotten all about that game.
Yeah.
There you go. That wasn't full. That wasn't 2K.
No, that was 1K.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this was my 2K list. This was my GTO list.
Yep.
I only had to proxy 2 models,
Pretty good.
which is not bad. Not bad.
How many models do you think you're? Give me a rough summary of your list.
Okay, so I've got 14 units overall.
Yep.
I have 3 Limon Russes,
Okay. Cool.
3 armored sentinels with heavy flamers,
Mm-hmm.
a Chimera with a 10-man squad of Brood Brothers,
Yep.
2 units of the bikes, the Jackals.
Yep. The
Jack-
Atalan Jackal.
Atalan Jackals, yeah, Jackal Alphas,
Yep.
Sanctus, Magus, and a Patriarch.
Okay.
Um,
So you got a bit of an
Forgotten.
all-rounders list.
yeah, kinda.
Yeah. And
Kinda.
3 Ridge Runners.
And 3 Ridge Runners, yeah. So them and the bikes, they're for speed. The tanks are for, that main battle cannon and the plasma cannons, heavy hitters.
Yep.
And then the bodies are basically there. I got 2 units of hybrids, acolyte hybrids,
Yep.
and 1 of the neophyte hybrids.
Okay.
So
And
they're
your
just
bodies on those.
yeah, their bodies. They're troops to get onto objectives.
They're your boots on the grind.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like it's sort of an all-round list. Like most lists I see are just like purely acolyte hybrids with hand flamers.
Yep.
Apparently they're good. They are pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
But I just like the idea of like the Brood Brothers kind of thing. Like, the Gene Stealer cults, like actually infiltrating the Astra Militarum,
Yeah.
getting some of their vehicles.
Yep.
Um,
That is a cool concept. Yeah.
yeah.
And you did a deep dive, by the way, so into Gene Stealer cults.
Yeah, kind of like the how they start and how they form and rise up. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard that, go back and listen to whatever episode that was.
it was a little while ago.
Yeah, it was a minute.
Yeah.
It's called probably Deep Dive Gene Stealer cults or
Something
something.
like that.
You'll find it.
Yeah.
I believe in you, humble listener. So you had a little take all comers list. What was Dave running roughly? I mean,
Eldar.
Yeah. Yep.
Craft Worlds.
Do you know anything about the models?
Yeah, he had some Rangers, Banshees.
Okay.
He had Eldrad. I think it's like a character.
Character.
A flyer, a big looks like a bloody Blackbird ship.
Yeah,
plane.
it's like a little void bomber or whatever
Yeah,
it's
something
called.
like that. 2 Wave Serpents, I think they're called. Like tanks, like transport tanks.
Yep, little hover tanks.
Yeah, I don't really know Eldar, and he had like Guardians and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool.
A big blob of like 20
Yep.
Guardians or whatever.
Yeah.
And like first turn, not much happened. Managed to I sent my Ridge Runners up my right hand side.
Yep.
And my bikes to the left.
Because you're on a corner, and there's actually objectives in every corner.
Yep.
So immediately both players kind of have to head to their flanks.
Yeah.
Because you've got an objective on your left, and an objective on your right, and one in the middle.
Yeah.
So you're saying you sent the Ridge Runners up one flank, and the bikes up the other flank.
Yep. So basically Ridge Runners right up, which they move quick, and they have a scout special rule, which means that they can move 9 inches at the start of the game,
Wow.
which is pretty big.
So they covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, I forgot about it, but Dave kindly reminded me.
Excellent.
And let me move that 9.
Yeah.
So, Dave actually sent a massive like recap of from his perspective.
Oh, interesting.
So I might read that out.
Okay.
And also interject like on my side.
Yeah. So
because-
you'll give us both sides
Yeah.
of the humble Victor, Dave,
Yep.
and the even more humbled defeatist
That is
yourself.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just quickly before you do, for some context on the
Yeah,
points
go
that you
for it.
missed out on.
Yep.
Deploy scramblers as an action.
Yep.
One infantry unit from your army can start to perform this action at the end of your movement phase if it is wholly within your deployment zone. Or wholly within your opponent's deployment zone, or more than 6 inches from either. So basically, you can deploy scramblers in your zone,
Yep.
their zone, or anywhere on the table that's not close to your deployment zone.
Yep.
This action is completed at the end of your turn. Now, you score 10 victory points at the end of the battle if you successfully completed the following action 3 times.
I only did it twice.
So you have to do it on yours, in the middle, and in his
Yep.
to get the 10 points at the end.
Yeah, okay. I only got it twice.
Yeah.
So I got mine, No Man's Land, and didn't get into his.
That makes sense. And
Yep.
you know why? Probably because you had so much to think about this game because
Yeah.
they're a super complicated army. You were just like, fuck it, I'm not going to do my deep strike ambushing stuff.
No.
I'll worry about that next game. I'll add that in
Yeah.
as an advanced rule.
Yeah.
And without that, you had no real way of popping up into his deployment zone and
No.
getting that. So,
One of the dudes, Gavin from the Geelong group, lent me his codex. Dave
sweet.
teed it up. I've never even met this guy.
Gav,
He's just given a complete stranger his Gene Stealer Cult's codex.
wow.
What a fucking lad.
Yeah.
And we've already teed up to tee up a game.
Yeah, sweet.
So-
You've teed up to tee up again.
Yeah.
nice.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
So let's play a game. Yeah, no worries.
I'll make
But,
it. My people will talk to your people. Yeah.
Exactly, dude. But reading that, there's so much in there that I learned for next time.
Yeah.
Went and bought the data cards for them to have stratagems and everything in front of me and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. But
Because you didn't even really get to stratagems much either.
nah,
Yeah.
nah. I did the main one, the drive-by demolitions.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm keen to hear about that.
Okay.
Go tell me. No. All right, you read Dave's thing.
You'll be disheartened.
Yeah. Yeah.
So turn 1. So Dave's written this out. So Gene Stealer Colts, move Ridge Runners to the right and Jackal Bikes to the left.
Yep. That's what you said.
Yep.
You haven't lied to us so far.
No. I scored engage on all fronts.
Awesome.
And I had some Sentinels move up the middle of the board through this massive ruined cathedral. The tables are sick too, by the way.
Yeah.
Lockie's made just incredible tables.
Yeah.
Troops deployed to scramblers in my deployment zone, and no psyche. I didn't get nothing in range. So a couple of shots from my tank into his Crimson Hunter, which I think was one of the Wave Serpent tank kind of things.
Okay. Yep.
Which knocked it right down to 6 wounds.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good,
the
I think. How much
battle-
did it have, do you know? Probably 12.
12, 10, something like
Yep.
The battle cannon hits pretty hard.
Sweet.
Yeah. And a few shots at the Wave Serpent, taking off a couple of wounds. Oh, okay. So I think it's just the same model, but different.
Yeah, it's like a different version.
Same, but
yeah,
different.
Same.
Yeah.
Still same. Yep.
No charges. So at the end, basically scored engage on all fronts for 2 points.
So your first turn, you kind of spread out.
Yep.
Took a few pot shots where you could.
Yep.
Just got in position, got a couple points.
Yeah. I deployed using the blips, the
Yep.
cult ambush, I think they call it. And then, which was insane. It just takes so much longer. I realized because it's 2 deployments.
Yeah.
Even though you're just putting a blip down.
Yeah.
But you're thinking all right, what could I put here?
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is you can change up as you go.
Yeah.
But putting all that down and then it's all right, I'm first. All right, now all the models go on the table.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. For those playing at home that don't know the blips, you can run them through the concept better than I can.
Yeah. So basically, you just pick one blip and you allocate it to a unit. You don't have to tell your opponent what it is.
Yeah.
That's the way I do it. But you get one blip for every unit you have that you're going to deploy.
Yeah.
So when you alternate your deployments with your opponent, you just put down a little token.
Yeah.
Basically the size of a bottle cap or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then that's your deployment. And then once you've deployed, you reveal those tokens and you just replace it with a unit.
Yeah.
And you can deploy these tokens wherever you like, see where your opponent deploys,
Yeah.
and then deploy to sort of counteract that.
Yeah, so you basically put a bunch of dots down and then replace those dots with whatever troop you want. So you might have put a dot down thinking that's probably going to be my bikes.
Yeah.
But then you see your opponent and you'd be like, actually, it's in range of stuff. I might make it my tank instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
Yep.
your opponent doesn't know what those are until they shoot or until they end their movement turn.
I think it's at the end of their movement turn.
Yeah, so even when
Yeah.
they're moving up, they're not moving in position to shoot at something because they don't actually know
No.
what they're going to be.
Yeah.
It could be anything, which is
Yeah.
thematically very cool.
Yeah. And it works the same. Like you can't if you have stratagems to like deep strike or whatever, you can't be within 9 inches and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Very cool.
Very cool.
But like you said, it's basically a whole nother deployment.
It
Because
is.
you're putting down 14 tokens, your opponent has their turn or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you put down 14 units.
Yeah. It's time consuming, but I'm sure like you do it a couple of times, you'll get into the rhythm of it.
Yeah.
So Dave's first turn, his flyer, a Crimson Hunter, moves straight up the board. Dark Reapers, Eldrad and Warlock jumps out of the Wave Serpent, move to the right. Wraith Lords straight through the Cathedral, and second Serpent over to the left to score engage on all fronts. His Wraith Lords were hard, man. Like
Yeah,
they're
pretty
basically
nice.
like dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
Hit
They're
very,
the one
very
they've got
hard.
like a shoulder cannon and they can.
His just had big swords.
Oh.
And like what are those Harlequin weapons that you used to use all the time? Little rifles, not
Splinter
splinters.
pistols.
Some
Shuriken cannons.
shuriken cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychic, which was Eldar. He had quite a few psychers. Well, 2, but they did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Hit me with
busy
smites.
psychers.
Oh, yeah. Hit me with smites, and he something called Doom, which allows him to reroll wounds on a unit of my bikes.
Yeah.
Shooting, his Serpent shot and took out a Sentinel. It just obliterated it.
Oh, poor Sentinel.
Yeah.
After you'd spent so long painting it.
No, I killed Lachie's one that I proxied first.
Nice, smart. Yeah. Yeah.
Second, Serpent and Dark Reapers took some wounds off a tank, and Wind Riders and Serpent also finish off a unit of bikes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your bikes were gone.
One unit of bikes gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rough.
Did all the things, allocated all the wounds to the Wolf Quad.
Yep.
But they just
They do melt. Yeah. They do melt.
Bikes for the bikes, like they got 2 wounds each, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
But still they hit the Wind Riders hit very hard.
Yeah. And they kind of made a paper. I think they do have like a -1 to hit.
Yeah, the bikes do. Yeah.
But
yeah.
once they get through that, I think their saves are what? Is it a 4-up armor?
5 up, I think.
5-up
5
armor.
up, yeah.
No invul, so
No.
Yeah.
No.
a right amount of shots will get rid of them quickly.
Yeah. So second turn. So my Gene Stealer Colt's holding more objectives and scores a full 15 points. For early game, I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Right, at one point, Dave, I'm like, what's the score? And he goes, you're on 23, I'm on 11. And I'm like,
Oh my
okay.
god. Oh my god.
I'm winning.
Yeah.
For now.
For now, yeah.
No, I knew it was going to be short-lived. Jackals moved across to take cover behind a building. Tanks shuffled across to gain a bit more board space. Ridge Runners flanked around the right, closer towards Eldar's deployment. Still just out of range of the support weapons, which are like 3 turrets that he had set up in his deployment zone.
Okay.
Um,
So you were keeping away from them.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
heading
nice.
towards them, but I was just out of range.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. My Chimera drops a unit of troops on an objective and moves back to attack. He's written the Sentinel. I don't know what that means. Moved him back towards mine, unless he has a unit called Sentinel. I got no idea.
Yeah, probably. Who knows? It's Eldar, man.
Yeah.
Space elves.
I use my Patriarch to cast some smites,
Cool.
and my Magus. Not much happened.
Yeah, okay.
And a couple of my tanks take more shots at the Crimson Hunter, taking it down to a single wound left.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Sentinels and Chimera flame one of the Serpents.
Sweet.
So I got primary 15 and engage in all fronts another 2 points.
So you got 15 again?
No, that was the end of the return.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Dave's turn. Wind Riders moved up the right, flank a bit more. Serpent stayed support weapons, moved forward to get in range of the Ridge Runners. Wraith Lords advanced further towards the centre of the board. Banshees jumped out and moved towards the cult troops hiding on an objective. and they just obliterated me.
Oh, no.
10 Brood Brothers just diced up
Gone.
by these Banshees.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
What are Banshees? Is that like a unit of 5 little guys?
Yeah, like
Melee?
on foot guys. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. More psychicness goes off. Doom on a second unit of Gene Stealer Cult bikes and some smites.
Yep.
Shooting. Serpent shot into the tank and Jackal bikes. Serpent in the building ruins shot at the Chimera and a small squad of acolytes. Wraithlords took out a small unit of acolytes through the windows on the other side of the ruins. Wind Riders also shot into the Jackals, taking them down to 2. So
Oof.
2 bikes left.
Oh, God.
So yeah.
Oh, God. It's a lot of points into your bikes.
I know, man. Each unit with a 10-point demolition charge. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah,
I've
well.
learned to keep those more in cover.
Yep.
Yeah. Dark Reapers took the Lehman Russ down to a single wound, refusing to blow up. He was getting mad at his tank.
That stubborn little Lehman Russ.
Yeah, just kept making saves, dude.
Hell yeah.
Like, I think I had to make, 2 6-up armor saves and made them. Like, it was just... and
Damn.
that, he was physically... He's like, fuck. Fuck that tank.
Keep you cool, Dave. Keep it cool. Shut up, Dave. You're winning. Settle down. Let me have my tank.
Support weapons managed to remove a single Ridge Runner. So I still had 2 left up on that side of the board.
Oh, yeah.
Banshee charged in the guard and removed them off the objectives.
Okay.
Yeah. He scored 5 for primary and 3 for engage on all fronts.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So, what turn was that?
That was turn 2. So we
turn
got through... We got to the side of turn 4 before we there was no way that I was coming
You
back.
just knew.
Yeah.
So, by the end of turn 2, you've still got him on the ropes because he's only got 1... He's only holding 1 point.
Yeah.
And this game, so much of it is holding those primary objectives.
Yeah.
Whilst trying to max your secondaries as best you can. But there's so many points in those primaries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, but you can max out the primaries later on turns 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
So it's not so important. But at least you're still holding. He's only got 5 points.
Yeah.
In turn 2, that was good.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. Oh, 8 points.
Oh yeah, but only 5 off primaries.
Oh, primary. Yeah. So turn 3, my movement phase. So my Ridge Runners kept pushing out the right flank. Jackals moved around towards the Serpent. Patriarch lined up a charge, a unit of Wind Riders. All tanks slowly shuffled forward. A unit of Acolytes moved towards the Banshees, and the Chimera moved back towards the Serpent in the building, and Sentinel stood firm. Casted some smites on the Wind Riders. Not a whole lot happened.
Yep.
My psychic, it was alright,
Yep.
but I got the cards now, so I know the powers and stuff better.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, let's just cast Smite.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Smite's always good anyways,
Yeah.
but you do find just Smite's pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like if you're casting and buffing with other psychic powers,
Yep.
and then you can knock off a couple mortal wounds with Smite as well, just
Yeah.
to finish the psychic phase off. It's
Yeah,
nice.
well, Dave used Doom, which is like a debuff, which I
Yeah.
think gives him a plus
Huge.
1 to hit or something on me.
Yeah,
or
reroll
something.
wounds or
Oh,
something
it's
instead.
reroll wounds. That's
Yep.
right. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So I see those buffs and debuffs are definitely worth the casting.
Yeah, Doom's pretty insane.
Yeah. One of my tanks shoots the Wraithlord in the ruins, reducing it to a couple of wounds. Second tank takes out the last wound on the Crimson Hunter. Acolytes flame some of the Banshees, taking out 2 of them. That one unit
cool.
of 5 Acolytes, the hand flamers are good.
Yeah. Just a lot of
Maybe
shots, isn't it? Because they've each got D6 auto hit hand
Yeah,
flamers.
and they're 12 inches now too, which is pretty good.
That's going to be real good once you load up on those, slap them in ambush. That's why people
Yeah.
are probably maxing it.
Oh, yeah.
Popping out 9 inches away and
Yep.
10 hand flamers.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What do you average? You average about 3.5. So that's 35 auto hits.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, not bad.
Do that.
My Sentinels flamed the Wraithlord, blinking off a few more wounds. Ridge Runners removed all 3 of the support weapons with ease.
Nice.
Dave was like, oh yeah, I would have thought you'd take out 2, but he's like, but not 3.
Yeah.
So that was, they performed really well.
Ridge runners don't fuck around, man.
Nah, man, they got the heavy stubbers and then the mining lasers.
Yep.
Mining lasers were just,
Money.
mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little las cannons they are.
Yeah.
The mining
yeah.
lasers.
Yep. Squad of Acolytes ended up finishing off the last couple of wounds from the Wraithlord. Jackals throw some demo charges on the Serpent and then shoot at the board. My Primarch charged, the Wind Riders taking out 2 and leaving 1 left. So that round I got 5 points for primary, 3 for engaging off fronts, and 7 for bring it down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Dave's movement phase. Wind Rider moves out of the combat from the Patriarch. Second unit moves up behind the Lehman Russ tanks. Serpent moves closer towards the tanks while the Reapers pop out of cover. At this point now, Dave just he's like, all right.
I can feel him marching onto your
Oh
side
man,
of the
and
board.
like everything was in the warp too. Like he's like, all right, here's 20 Guardians, and it's like boom, tips them out onto the table, and he's like, here's 5 Reapers, here's another 5 Reapers.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So whilst you probably for the first few turns were like, this is manageable.
Yeah.
He's got half his fucking army in reserves.
Yeah. He did tell me that to start with, but I just forgot about it.
Instantly, you can forget that.
Yeah.
I do all the time. Just a side note, Churchy.
Right away.
I knew I kept that app on my phone for a reason.
Do you pay that monthly?
Daily, actually. It's $1 a day.
One of those.
Yeah, better than feeding a starving African child. I have a handbell.
Jesus. Okay.
Isn't that what they say? $1 a day.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. I could feed myself a beer without using my hands. Oh, hello, Churchy.
Greetings, sir. A beer for you, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
a beer for you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.
No worries.
Away with you, Bitterman.
Basically, at this point, Dave is just
On you.
everything's moving. Oh, he's all over me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have much I could do.
Yeah.
His Guardians from the back take out a whole 10-man unit of neophyte hybrids. Dark Reapers destroyed a Ridge Runner. Serpent shoots at the bikes. Wraithlord fires a few shots at the Sentinels before charging. Wraithlord runs in Sentinel, making short work of it with its Ghost Glaive, big ass sword.
Yep.
In brackets, he's written.
Yeah.
The Wind Riders fly over and tie out one of the tanks. So at this point, then he scored 15 for primary, 3 for engagement or front, and bring it down. That was the end of turn 3.
Okay.
So started turn 4, there was not much I could do.
So the game looks like Dave played very patiently.
I think so, and he was also patient in a way as helping me.
Yeah.
He's looking at strats for me. He's looking up units.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them on guard, so he kind of knew what they did anyway.
Yeah,
but
true.
He's looking at all these battle scribe things I printed out.
He's deciphering. You had 40 pages of all your units, and he's just in a library.
Yeah.
Just trying to find some sort of thing that can bail you out of the situation you put yourself in.
And it was so good too because he could have been nah, there's nothing you can do. If he just wanted to beat me, but obviously that's not what we're there playing for. That's no one's taking home a cup or a trophy. He's there to teach me 9th edition to start with.
Yeah.
And also this new army which I know nothing about.
Yeah.
So I can be somewhat ready for getting dominated at the GTO.
Yeah. When you lose, it won't be as bad.
Yeah, exactly. When I lose, I can blame him for not teaching me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's smart, dude. I didn't think of that. That's good. We're going to use that.
Yeah.
They didn't train us well enough.
Exactly.
Shit coaches if we get dominated. Yeah, Lachlan was the same as Dave. They're both so hospitable. They just said, look, guys, it makes no difference to them if we play or not.
Yeah.
We're still going to go to their tournament. We've already paid them the $60 for their tournament.
Yeah.
We're going to get smashed regardless.
Yeah.
But out of the kindness of their heart, they're like, let's get these guys playing some games.
Yeah.
Let's get them familiar with their army, confident. Maybe they see potential in us.
Maybe.
But most likely they don't want us to pull out.
We're a diamond in the rough. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be sorry, guys. Look, I need the refund on that one.
Yeah. Guys, I just don't... I haven't played any games. I'm going to need the refund. For the first time ever, I'm going to have to pull out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, final scores, I ended up getting 20 points for primary, 13 for engagement or front, 0 for scramblers.
Yeah.
9 for bring it down, total of 41.
9 for bring it down is pretty good.
And Dave he's written here 51, but that's a typo, 71.
Yes.
He got 71. 45 for primary, 14 for engagement fronts, 5 for while we stand, we fight, 7 for bring it down.
Yeah. For those, if you don't understand how the points work, you're probably not this far into the episode. But you can only score a maximum of 45 for your primaries.
Yeah.
So Dave maxed out on that one.
Yeah.
And
that would have happened in turn 4 and 5.
Correct.
Yeah.
3, 4, and 5. He scored 15 and 3.
Yeah.
15 and 4, 15 and 5.
By then I had no ball control. I had a couple of Lehman Russes and
Yeah.
yeah.
In fact, if you look at the scores, it's basically It's like a, what do you call those? I mean, it's like a graph. So where you guys crossed at one point.
Yeah.
You like went up and then down.
Yeah.
And you went across and up. No, I don't know, whatever. You can see the exact point where you stopped getting points and he started.
Yeah.
It was like halfway through round 3, it looks like.
Churchy nearly took the camera out.
Jesus, Churchy, you're right.
It's a bit too far.
Yeah.
Enjoy that, guys.
Next time, pay me on time. So, I've got your score sheet here. You almost scored the max for engage on all fronts,
Yeah.
even in rounds 4 and 5.
Yeah, because I had entire units in each quarter.
Yeah. Yep. So you spread out well.
I had my deployment and then 2 no man's lands. I got nothing into his quarter.
Yeah. I see.
I probably could have, like, knowing now, like, you know, like ambush and like they come from underground or something like that.
Yeah.
Some of these like different stratagems where I can like remove units off the table,
Yeah.
and redeploy them anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's just nuts, right?
Yeah,
like
it's insane. Yeah.
yeah.
You did pretty well on Bring It Down as well.
Yeah, killed some good units. The tanks did all the hard work there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And you denied him while we stand, we fight, and you denied him Bring It Down. He only
Yeah.
got 5 points roughly for each.
Because my tanks wouldn't die.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's good. No wonder he was swearing. It was his points that he wanted. Yeah, so you can score a maximum of 90 points,
Yeah.
45 for the primaries, 45 for your secondaries.
Yeah.
And you get an extra 10 points on a tournament if your army's painted,
Yeah.
which makes the full 100.
Yeah.
So you scored 42 out of 90, which is pretty good. Like I was saying, I was so impressed because brand new army, you know, first of all, you've played one game of 9th edition.
Yeah.
So basically a new edition,
Yeah.
a new army. It's the most complicated army. It's the worst army.
Yeah.
And you're playing a full 2,000 point game. I mean, to score 42 points, I'm blown away.
Thank
You
you.
deserve a round of applause.
Thank you. Oh, thanks, guys. You're too kind. You too, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No one's clapping for you over there. Even maybe Dave's giving you a pity clap. I'm curious though, what would you do differently? What are your biggest takeaways from that game?
Protect my bikes.
Yep.
Probably get them into their element quicker. So, like, they're a one-trick pony, right, at the moment. Demolition charges.
Yep.
Once they're off, they're done.
Yep.
That's all I need them to do. Maybe, like, engage on all fronts, like, get into their
Yeah.
deployment zone or whatever.
Yep.
So that would be more of a priority. I sort of just left them in the open at one point. I was like, oh yeah, -1 to hit. You know, they're all right.
Yeah. They weren't
No.
alright. So you saying you said you did the stratagem,
Yeah, I did the drive-by demolitions.
but you only had 2
I
bikes.
only had 2 bikes left. I was like, I got to do it. And like, dude, I was just like, so I started with 9 command points, right?
Yeah.
One point I had 11 because I just wasn't using them.
Stonks.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck it. Like
Yeah.
just 2 points, whatever. I'll
Why
just
not?
go for it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I finished the game with 9 points.
Well, there you go. You could take those in the next game.
Yeah, they bank them, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I need to use more command points,
Yeah.
stratagems, ambushes, and like tactics more.
Yeah.
Warlord trait I didn't even worry about, but
Yeah.
now I've learned they've got some good warlord traits, especially for Primarchs. Like,
Yeah.
he's a beast in combat.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
yeah, he is, man. What an animal.
Give him like that and a relic or something like that. Like, yeah.
It sounds like this game for you was more about just like learning the rules, learning the innate rules of your units.
Yep.
And just learning 9th edition secondaries, missions,
Absolutely.
flow of the game, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next, you'll learn army specific stuff.
Yep. Yep. Definitely.
And that'll give you a big boost. You're basically playing with one hand tied behind your back.
Pretty much.
I mean, so is Dave, but but he knows his Elder, man. Like the back
Oh,
of his
yeah.
hand. It's his second army.
Yeah.
He only got 2.
Yeah.
Elder's the other one.
Yeah.
So, what do you reckon your MVP units were? If
My
any?
tanks, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Lemon
Like,
Rusters.
did you lose any?
Nah.
Oh, wow.
By the end, like he would have, like turn 4 and 5, he would have killed one. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure for the entire time we were playing, they were just holding, man. I had one which didn't even take a wound.
Wow.
So I had one was on 1, next one was on like 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then one just had no wounds. I'm like, yeah, he's
Yeah.
hanging in there.
That's
So-
sick. So
And
those
then
will be
main
the
battle cannons hitting pretty hard, so yeah.
That'll be the next thing you paint for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be like, no, these guys deserve a lick of paint.
Oh, yeah.
After that hard-fought victory. Then you'll be able to do the cool markings people do on their tanks to keep track of their stats.
I think this one's earned like a badge or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unkillable, unmovable. A big shield you can slap on him.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool. And what was your biggest takeaway? Your biggest learning thing from that game?
Oh,
You probably just learned tons.
just everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of one specific thing. Like, just, the entire army, learning it as a whole, like
Yeah.
how things work and how some things, like, synergize with others and, pretty much, yeah. I can't think of one particular thing.
Well, it looks like what your army does well is definitely engage on all fronts.
Yep.
Bring It Down was a good pick.
Yeah,
based on what Dave had. And
killing some big things.
Yeah, and you had 3 tanks to do it.
Yep.
And you were doing okay on primaries. You were halfway there.
Yeah.
So it really does look like just learning your army, maybe figuring out that secondary that isn't deploy scramblers, which again will be fixed because that's so easy to get.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You had 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And you didn't deep strike anything.
No, if I had deep strike something in his deployment zone,
10
I'd have done
points.
it. Yeah.
And then you're on 52.
Yeah.
That sounds better. 52 to 71.
Yeah.
Done. Basically won.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Minor victory.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Yeah. So that was my little romp against the Eldar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Against the incomparable Dave.
Yeah. So your hive fleet was en route to our planet because our cult was uprising.
Of course. One
And
table over, one room
One
over.
room over,
Yeah.
but you got detoured
We did.
by some biomass. How did you go?
Well, we were hungry,
Yeah.
and there was a bit of biomass there.
Stopped for just a quick, the old quick servo.
Macca's drive-through.
Yeah, Macca's drive-through, yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting game. So my list is very unconventional.
Yeah.
I'm not there to win. I'm not going to the tournament with a winning list.
Good me either.
Yeah. I'm kind of sick of where the Tyranid meta is at the moment, where every list looks the same. It's got like a core staple of things, and it's like, oh, there you go. Everyone's running the same list. That's fun. So mine is 6 Carnifex, which are the big, well, in my list, the medium nids.
Yeah.
Because I think Carnifexes look cool as hell. And originally, I just wanted to run as many as possible.
Yeah.
So I bought 8 in total. 10? Can't remember if I bought 8 or 10.
Yeah.
And then I sort of made a list with 8, and I was like, that's not actually just like gonna work. I need some HQs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I narrowed it down to 6. I'm still shattered. I can't take more, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I've taken 2 Exocrines, which are just like basically Carnifexes with cannons on their back.
Like artillery.
Yep. They sit at the back and they just pump out a bunch of shots.
Yep.
Make it rain from downtown.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 Tyrannofexes, which are the biggest monsters I got. It's like stacking 3 Carnifexes together in a big beast.
Yeah.
And it's carrying a giant cannon as well. So I got 2 of them for more artillery.
Yep.
The Exocrines are like anti-heavy infantry.
Okay.
The Tyrannofexes
So
are
they're
anti-tank.
like Terminator killers?
Yeah. Well, they're more like Primaris
Killers?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they do 2 flat 2 damage
Yeah.
each hit. So it's like anything with 2 wounds is gone.
Yep.
Whereas the Tyrannofexes have big old cannons for
Yeah.
anti-tank.
Nice.
I also got a little unit of 3 Hive Guard, which are mortars, because they can sit, don't need line of sight.
Okay.
You just point to something 36 inches away and say, I'll shoot that.
Yep.
And they don't get cover saves or anything, so...
Nice.
So, and then I've got a Swarm Lord and a Hive Tyrant, so
Yeah.
2 melee-orientated Psychers that are just beasts.
Yep.
They're my 2 strongest units, both of those. So, I played on a different map to you. Sorry, a different table.
Yep.
Same map. So, I actually won the roll-off to pick where I deployed.
So did I.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd you find that? Did you pick any of the 4 quarters?
I just picked the corner I was closest to.
Yeah, okay. I
didn't
do
think
that
much of it.
for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Because the table was very... it was set up with, in 2 corners opposite each other, there was these 2 big buildings that blocked line of sight. In the other 2 corners, there was these 2 forests that had opening to each other. Yeah, it was forests, but I could see everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to start in there because all my stuff is artillery.
And that means that Lachie would have had to start in the other forest.
Exactly.
Because it's opposing quarters.
Correct.
Yeah, like diagonally. Yeah.
So it was less about me starting here and more about getting him to start in the open.
Yeah.
So I was like, dope. I'll get him in the open. I'll have clear line of sight. And I deployed my artillery last.
Yeah.
So I put all my carnifexes down.
Yeah.
Put everything else down. Wait till I saw where everything was, and then I started putting out my artillery. Sorry,
Nice.
my long range stuff.
Yeah.
Now Lachie's list was he brought a super silly list, a fun list.
Yeah.
He wasn't there to blow me off the table.
Yeah.
He wasn't there to blow me off the table. He bought a knight,
Yep.
which was dope. I've never played against a knight. He bought some sisters of battle,
Yeah. Yep.
which were mostly they were just melee troops there to sort of like, there was some there for deep strike, mostly there to like hold the fort in the back line.
Yep.
So he kept those in his far corner, and they just held the whole time.
Okay.
He had some melee ones, Arco Flanagans, I think they're called. There,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
He had
Big,
them on the front.
tentacle things. Yeah.
exactly. He had some of those and a character or two.
Yeah.
And then he also had some Black Templar bikers
Okay.
with a beat stick captain dude
Yeah.
and a dreadnought.
Yeah.
So it was great because his list had everything.
Yeah.
It had bikers, it had a dreadnought, it had a knight, it had some melee troops, everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, dope, I'll get it. But I also won first turn.
Yeah.
And all my units, if they don't move, they can re-roll ones to shoot.
Okay.
So that's dope. That's
Yeah.
that's the Hive Fleet,
Yep.
Kronos. And my 4 long-range artillery things all get double shots if they don't move.
All right. Nice.
So on the first turn where I've lined up with line of sight,
Yeah.
I don't need to move.
Nah.
Everything double shoots.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, my main things. So I shot my exocrines into his bikes, I think.
Yeah.
No, I used them to clear chaff. Because I was very worried about him just like tying my big carnifexes down with those crappy little Arco Flanagan things, whatever they're called.
Flanagan.
What
Were they Irish?
are those? Yeah. Holy Flanagans. They're tying me carnifexes down again. What are those things were called?
Arcoflagellants?
What are those things called that you wear? Flanos.
Flano, yeah.
Flanelin.
Flanelin,
Yeah,
yeah.
a couple of Flanelin shirt wearing fuckers were coming for me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to clear them off with some artillery. And then my 2 big anti-tank things shot into his double shot
Yep.
with re-rolling ones into
Nice.
his knight.
Yep.
I managed to get the whole idea for me, they're D6 damage. So I just want to get damage through
Yep.
and then roll those sweet D6s and see them numbers.
Yep.
4 dice got through. And in my head, I'm like, this is potentially instant death. Because it's got 24 wounds.
Yeah.
If I roll 4
4
sixes,
sixes, yeah.
a night's gone. Not going to happen. But with the power of imagination, I could will it to be. And I was very close. I just
Yeah?
had it backwards.
Oh, okay.
So I
you
rolled 4 ones.
4 1. Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. Because I think Lachie came running in the room. He's like, guess what Fox just did? Rolled 4 1s.
And I'm slinking after him. I'm like, guess what I just did? Fucking double snake eyes. What are the odds?
Did you command point re-roll it?
I command point reroll 1. Because you can only do that
And you
once
rolled,
per
oh,
phase.
that's right. You rolled a 1 again.
No, I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My failures for rerolls came later. But yeah, so I turned what was 4 damage into 10.
Yeah,
So I plinked
not bad.
10 wounds off it,
Yeah.
off the knight. So, which would have bracketed it, but it's got some special rules where it's just like, I don't care about brackets. So I was like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
But after I did that, I think I killed a couple bikes and I cleared out all the chaff in my
Yeah.
shooting. Because my Carnifex has got some good shooting too.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did similar thing to what everyone does on Sweep and Clear. I sent 2 Carnifexes up the left. I sent my Swarm Lord up the right.
Yep.
And everything else into the middle.
Okay.
Because my secondaries were engage on all fronts,
Yep.
which is pretty easy. Because I got some quick things that can advance and shoot and stuff. I had the mission-specific secondary,
Yep.
which was hold the middle. And I also took... I can't even remember. Actually, it's in front of me. I took... While we stand, we fight.
I think Dave took that one, maybe, but
He did.
yeah, yeah.
And you must have killed 2 of his things.
So, oh, that's right, because you nominate 2 of your most,
3.
3 of your most expensive units, is it?
Yeah.
As long as you don't kill those,
Yeah. You get...
you get points. So, like, if I was to kill 3 of his most expensive things, I'd deny him points there.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, at the end of
Yeah.
the game, he gets 5 points for each one of those units
Yeah.
left alive.
Yeah.
So if you kill all 3 of those units, he gets 0 points.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You killed 2,
Yeah.
according to the stat line.
Yeah.
So he only got 5 points at the end.
Yeah. That's
which
right.
is good. Good job.
Which I think was one of his tanks and one of his
Yeah.
flyer or something like that.
The gimmick in my army is that a unit of Carnifex is 3 Carnifexes.
Yeah.
And that's 300 and something points.
Yeah.
So I nominate a unit of both my units of Carnifexes,
Yeah.
which is 6 models.
Mm-hmm.
as 2 of my units.
Okay.
But then when I put them on the table, they can split up and act independently.
Yeah, yep.
So it's actually really easy for me to hide 2 of those Carnifexes at the back and protect my back line.
Yep.
And send the other 4 in. And if they die, he still hasn't denied me.
Okay.
Because he has to kill the whole unit.
Yep.
So I did that. He actually managed to kill 5 of my 6 Carnifexes.
Yep.
Throughout the game. So he got me on that one. But my Swarm Lord was the other one, which I kept safe like a little bitch.
Yeah.
I played that Swarm Lord like a little bitch the whole game. I don't think he got into combat once.
It's kind of like that time when we played and you hid one of your Eldar ships. At
Hey, that was to win the game. That was different. It was full bitch mode, but it was to win the game. This was I didn't want to give up points, so I did my 220 point strongest model in my army.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like it's one of those situations. I've heard people say it so much, but first turn wins.
Yeah.
Is what they say. Now that's a hyperbole, obviously.
Yeah.
It's only got a 54% win rate.
Yeah.
In competitive games.
Okay.
Which is not. I mean, that's big.
So it's 50-50.
It's 50. It's on the nose.
Yeah.
50-50, exactly. Either you win or you don't.
Yeah.
But this was one of those games where I had one of those armies on one of those tables where it mattered. Mm-hmm. I got first turn. I did so much damage. I felt like, how can he...
Yeah.
He was on the back
Like
foot
you've
from
got
day
this
dot.
in the bag from turn 1.
Yeah, I just need to keep pressure on and not fuck it up.
Yeah.
Plus, it's more than just the damage I did, but you both start so close to the middle.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the first person onto it has control.
Yeah.
Good luck moving him. And so I had 4 Carnifexes on it. I'd cleared out everything that was within range of getting on it first turn.
Yeah.
Like he was just on the back foot from, day 1. If we deployed behind the big line of sight blockers, different game.
Yeah.
Or if he wins first turn, completely different game.
Yeah.
But after that, I just felt like I slowly just kind of ran away with it.
Yeah.
Ended up getting 84 of the 90 available points.
Wow. Nice, dude.
And he got 43, which is good.
Yeah.
He controlled one objective the whole game, so that's 20.
Yeah.
He did well at Oaths of Moment, which is a cool sisters one, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Where he's got to meet criteria, and if he does all of them, he gets points for different things. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. It was an awesome game. My Carnifexes, I don't know. They weren't as imposing as I hoped.
Yeah.
They were cool, but they did a lot of slowly moving across shooting. Glad I bought the guns.
Yeah.
Because so many people online were just like, nah, take the 2 Scything Talons. It's cheaper. It's like 10 points cheaper per model.
Yeah.
Bring more Carnifexes, whatever.
Right.
Just don't put attachments on them.
Yeah.
The best is just stock. But if I had done that,
wrong.
yeah, no, in that game, that would have been useless to me.
Yeah.
That would have just moved around and he would have just kited them for days.
Yeah.
I guess they're probably thinking in an actual army where you only have a couple Carnifexes,
Yeah.
use them. You've got enough shooting elsewhere.
Not 6 kind of
Yeah.
fixes. Yeah.
For me, they're my front line. They're my anti-infantry shooting.
Yeah.
They got a lot of DACA on them, so they also have the Scything Talons anyways.
Yeah.
So it was fun. Winning was crazy. I didn't go in expecting that. After my first turn, I didn't know much about the game. So I was like, I think I'm doing well. And when I popped his knight on turn 2...
Oh, you killed his knight.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
they did some more shooting. I think did another 10 damage.
Yeah.
That left him on 4. I had a heavy venom cannon on my Hive Tyrant, which plinked off another few, and then I think a Carnifex bit his toes. And that was the end of him.
Yeah. Did it explode?
Oh, we were hoping. He spent 2 CP to make his explode on a 4-up, which would have killed 2 of my Carnifex. It would have just cleared out the middle like a nuke.
Yeah.
And he failed.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I was like, I want to see that shit blow up.
Yeah.
So, because that would have been a mini game changer. Probably not enough, but decent. So, yeah, I took the knight down turn 2, and he jumped all the units out of the tank. He was just stuffed.
Yeah.
He had to come in the middle to compete.
Yeah.
And that's just like my firing line.
Yeah.
He just gets rained down the second he's in there.
Yeah.
So, and even he was doing the right thing, charging some of my Carnifexes to try and get locked in combat, so I couldn't shoot, but I just fell back.
Yeah.
The Carnifexes took the L, couldn't do anything that round.
Yeah.
They just moved away, and everything just shot him up and just ran away with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, his everything that he had felt strong, but they weren't getting their main buffs because it was a souped list.
Yeah.
If he was just running Sisters or just running Black Templars or hell, just running Knights, I feel like any of those would have blown me out of the water.
Yeah, right,
But
okay.
he handicapped himself just for me. I think they're just trying to make us feel good.
Yeah.
Trying to give me the win, trying to give you 40 points on GSC so we keep painting and keep playing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, man, even if I had have scored 0 points, like, that was still a grouse day. Like,
yeah, it was awesome.
You know, kicking back with these boys. And,
Yeah,
like, I think we were just so lucky to be able to tee up a game, like,
yeah.
almost, like, on the fly. Like,
Yeah, it was pretty,
you know.
yeah, it was pretty late last minute for me.
Yeah.
For a long time, I didn't expect I was going to be able to make it. And then I
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, such a grouse day.
I've already been tempted so many times to change my list after that one
Oh,
game.
really?
Just like tweak a few things. I'm like, no,
Yep.
such a small sample size.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play that exact list
Yeah.
at least 4 times.
I actually considered adding another 3 Ridge Runners.
Yeah. I just feel like
Dave's like, why don't you? And I'm like, well, I gotta fucking buy 3
yeah,
more.
that's true. That's true. That's a downside for you. I got lots of Tyranids on the nuance sprue,
Yeah.
hitting the nos on them.
Yeah.
So, and I have been tempted, but I'm like, I don't know the game well enough. I don't know my list well enough to know if I'm making the right changes.
Yeah.
They feel good, but maybe it was just based on that one game.
Yeah.
Or the fact that I played everything else wrong made it feel like I should. Like the Swarm Lord did nothing. 0.
Yeah, right.
So instinctively you would go, oh, I'll take out the Swarm Lord.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
did nothing because I made him do nothing.
Nothing this time.
I didn't play him well.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
That's like my Patriarch nearly did nothing the whole game.
Yeah.
At the end, I'm like, fuck it. Like, let's just charge these bikes. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
Yeah.
that's one thing every game I'm always scared of, like, sacrificing my Warlord. It's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Why? Like, who, like,
Yeah.
whether he lives or dies, who cares?
No. It's better he dies doing stuff
Yeah.
than lives doing nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, they could take Slay the Warlord, but that gets weaker the longer your Warlord lives.
Okay.
So if they take that, you just leave him off the table, or you
Yep.
hide him for the first 3 turns. Then after that, you get work done with him, and if he dies,
Yeah.
they get 3, 6 points, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm also scared about losing characters, just characters in general.
Yeah.
My Hive Tyrant or my Swarm
Yeah,
Lord.
true. My characters did nothing as well.
Yeah.
Like, my Sanctus, I tried to snipe with it, did fuck all.
Mm.
Like, the Sanctus is a anti-character, anti-psyker
Yep.
unit, right?
Yep.
And, like, obviously it's got its times when it's, like, useful. I tried to shoot a Wraith Lord with it.
Okay.
And I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe that's not the time.
Yeah.
But that's it. Instead of taking that out of your list, you play 3 more games and you go, now I've found out what the Sanctus can and can't do.
Yeah.
How to use it, how to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had done what your rookie brain told you to do and took it out,
Yeah.
you'd never have learned that.
No.
So that's
No.
what I got to do. I just got to stick with my list, and then after 4 games, if I throughout 4 games feel like there's one particular unit that's just not pulling weight,
Yeah.
take it out
That's
then.
when you think about chopping it. Yeah.
So I've just got to avoid that temptation. But already started slapping paint on a model after that
Nice,
game.
dude.
So
Nice.
fingers crossed I can get
Yep.
through it by. I mean, I'm in a better spot than you. So
Hey, I've painted 5 Brew Brothers.
yeah, that's true.
Or another 5, I should say.
Yeah.
Like, just in the last couple of days.
And you're slowly getting all the stuff built too.
Yeah.
Yep. You got those 3 Lehman Rosses.
Yep, built the Mages, built the Sanctus.
Yep.
Everything's done. I just need to build one more Sentinel. That's the word.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I'm good to go.
Cool. So that's a little update. We
Yeah.
played our first games.
Yep.
You lost. I won. We both learned a lot.
Yeah.
So much. You got more to learn. Way more to learn than me. I know Nid so well
Yeah.
that all I had to do was just learn the little nuances of my army.
I'll get there. I'm reading.
I think so.
I'm reading Gab's Codex like every night.
Yeah.
So, I'll pick it up.
We'll try and rep out a game soon against each other too,
Yeah.
and then try and T1 up against someone else, and we'll
Yeah.
just keep repping them from here on out.
Hell yeah.
And maybe we can take one win,
Maybe.
maybe between us.
If I can get one, I'll die a happy man.
Yeah, okay. Why would you? You don't have to die though.
But I will.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a little update on our GTO progress. We're both getting there slowly,
Yep.
very slowly.
We'll keep the GTO content coming.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on our gram,
Yep.
our Instagram for
Yep.
updates on our actual hobby side of the armies,
Yeah.
and hopefully maybe we'll get. We'll see. Battle
Yeah.
reports are on the cards, but we've got to paint some armies first.
That's true. It's
Yeah.
very true.
So
Yeah.
if you know much about our two armies, Tyranids with Nidzilla and Gene Stiller Colts, and you got some tips that you think we could learn
Yeah.
from,
Let us know.
drop it in the comments, jump in the Discord, tell us how bad we are.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Tell like everyone else.
Yep. So we've got a live episode next week,
Yes.
Monday.
Monday, it's a different one.
Another one. Got to keep you guys on your toes.
Yeah.
Versus Thursdays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays,
Yep.
whatever. Now
Yep.
it's Monday.
Just the moment you lock in a day,
Yeah.
tee it up with the significant other and say, sorry,
Yep.
got a
Yep.
bit, we'll change the day.
Oh yeah, you know what? You might take your kids' piano lesson from Wednesdays. Now it's on Mondays. Tell them to go on Wednesdays again.
So specific.
I don't know.
Piano lessons.
I don't know.
Is that something they do at 7 p.m. at night?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I used to get guitar lessons at 7 p.m. at night.
Says a lot about you.
Thank you.
No?
We also have giveaways. We have less than 1 week left on our current giveaway. 2 prizes, 2 winners. 1 prize, Necromunda House of Blades book,
Yeah.
and a Tectonic Frag Drill for Gene Stiller Cults, or any other army, but Gene Stiller Cults specifically.
Or any other sci-fi terrain.
Yeah, sci-fi terrain. Yeah,
But Gene Stiller Cold specifically.
Absolutely. Provided to us kindly by Guff in Werribee. So yeah, enter those on Facebook, like and comment. Oh, Jesus.
That's a heavy book.
That is a heavy book. Solid, thick boy.
And only 1 dent. Which was done in postage.
Of course it was. Painting comp, there's 1 month left on that, so still plenty of time, 4 weeks.
Yeah. Even
Yep.
if you're listening to this episode 2 weeks from now,
Yep.
you still got 2 weeks.
Yeah,
You only got to paint 1 model
1 model,
in autumn theme.
3 colours.
Yeah. Brown, orange, and some other
Yellow,
color.
I think it was.
Yeah, probably. It's all the deets are in the Facebook event because we forget.
We don't know, we're not painting.
Yeah. The color of this ale, this
Yep.
beer.
Yep. It's very autumny. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Massive thank you to our patrons. But before that, Patreon isn't the only way to support us. You can just like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify or iTunes or wherever.
Yep.
You can buy a shirt if you feel like it on the website, hobbyhomies.com. Yeah, massive thank you to Burnsy, Whack, Final, Foggy Highway, Joey P, excuse me, Lachie, MJ, Lethal, and Moose Moosington.
Elko, Arkham, Caitlin, Dave, Churchy, Rad, Ollie, Hockers, Tricky, Aggro. Thank you just quickly
Thanks, guys.
to Ollie.
And girls.
Especially. Not especially. You're all as valuable as each other. Ollie's just extra valuable. Thank you, Ollie, for running our RPGs. You've been amazing.
Oh, yes.
You guys just kicked off. Me as well. I just wasn't in the first
You weren't
session.
present.
I was
No.
not
We
present.
could have used an apothecary.
Yeah, I bet.
Moose got hurt.
Oh, boy. Save it. It's good content. Enlighten me with your adventures next time. But thanks,
Will
Ollie.
do.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Hooroo.